Welcome back to Dating Greek.
Last week may have been the most tea ever spilled on a Dating Greek Zoom.
They really don't hold back.
That's for sure.
Tonight, we're on to night 3 where the dates get even deeper.
For all our new fans, our cast must mutually select one another to go on more dates. Each night, the dates get a little bit longer to build stronger connections.
Although it may look like they're on a video chat, they're actually talking on the phone while recording themselves on their computer camera. It's truly a blind date.
And don't worry if you don't see one of your favorite couples tonight. We do lose footage occasionally due to technical difficulties, so you might see those couples again night 4.
You'll just have to wait to find out who.
Last week, we had some sweet, hilarious, heartfelt moments.
Ellie wasn't a fan of waking up Bobby for his date.
Hey, he was on Greek time.
Meanwhile, Georgia will be starting a Dating Greek boy band.
Minus Zach.
You could tell they were really singing from the heart.
Adara exposed her love for rats.
While Alec exposed his love for seashells.
Arthur wants to start a bouzouki band.
And Fotini and Alec are ready for a van life adventure.
We had some amazing moments last week on Dating Greek.
Tune in tonight for so many more.
All right, so it is 9:20 and 30 seconds. Dina has not called yet. She called on time last night, but I accidentally hung up. First night she called like 3 minutes later or whatever. But I'm starting this early because apparently she was like 10 minutes late to someone's call. Was it Arthur? I don't know, because she was eating a burger and cake or something. So, like, I don't know what game she's playing. Maybe and apparently she was, like, talking about, like, getting married or something last night. I think she might just be, like, goofing off and, like, she's calling. All right. I'm recording. Answer. Hello?
Hi.
Dina, how are you? Tell me about your night. Or your day. I'm so sorry.
My day was really good. I went to the gym today. And then I had Panera, and then I went to the library, and, hold on one second.
She's going to record now, I think.
Okay, you're there? Sorry, I had to,
Yeah, I'm
start
right here.
recording. Okay, so I went to the gym, and then...
Okay, what did you hit?
I did 30 minutes on the bike.
Oh,
I burned,
okay.
like,
I
300
also did 30
calories.
minutes on the bike today. Okay, cool.
You did? No way.
Yeah.
Some arms. I did like
Okay.
8 pounds and maybe like 30 reps.
Okay,
with,
so what
like,
you're saying is
8
you're
pounds.
huge, just absolutely jacked.
No, I look really toned though. Like I could tell people were like checking me out at the gym, like just like looking.
Really quick little baby flex.
Yeah.
265 on bench, no problem. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. Wow. So you could lift me up.
I hope. Yeah. I mean, I think so. Maybe lift you up and like throw you through the roof, through the ceiling of whatever building we're in. Probably. Yeah.
Oh, maybe for the wedding.
Maybe. Okay, but where's the wedding going to be? Is it going to be in Greece? Is it going to be...
Greece. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna be in Greece. It's gonna be really epic.
I'm a big fireworks guy, though. Fireworks at the wedding, like 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
I think, yeah.
That'd be
that sounds
so
cool.
nice. But like, I don't want to wait too long. Like, if I know it's my person, like, I want to get married in the next like couple of years.
Yeah. No, I get that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, I want Dating Greek babies.
That's so funny. She kept talking about like wedding. I kind of jokingly brought up kids. No, she said she wants those dating Greek babies. How? I would like to know how old she is. Wait, hang on. Do you already know the names of your kids? Because I low-key kind of have a plan. Okay.
You do? Tell me. I want I want boys. I want 2 boys.
Okay.
But
Same.
if I have girls,
2?
Yeah, 2 would be nice. What, you just want 1?
I was thinking 4.
Oh, even better. Maybe we can compromise on 3.
Okay, cool.
I feel like 3. We talked about our wedding. We want to have a wedding in Greece. We want to have fireworks. We want to have a pikilia with pastizo and moussaka. No, not moussaka. Moussaka's gross. And we want to have a yacht and have a really big wedding in Greece, like 300 people. And it would just be amazing, like in the middle of the summer in July. That's when we want to do it. So we planned our wedding. We want to have children. We want to have 3 children. He wants 4, but I'm like 2, so we just settled on 3. And we picked out the names of our children too. We have Athena and Anna and some boys' names, but I don't remember those. Speaking of that, what's your zodiac sign? When's your birthday?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, I get along with that one really good.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
And he told me he's an Aquarius, and I'm a Gemini, so we get along so well, and that makes so much more sense now after figuring that out.
Literally the first thing I have written down, night one, is sweet.
Oh, that's so
sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like sounds really cute. So.
Oh, thanks.
Sounds like I could throw her through the ceiling of whatever gym I'm in.
I love that. I had a really great date tonight with Christopher. He told me that he really likes my voice, that it's really sweet and it's cute, and I just was like, oh my god, that's like so nice.
Something about Dina. I don't know. She cute. I like the girl. She's really sweet. Fun to talk to. And I keep forgetting to ask her, does she like Greek dance? Or can she sing? Or can she cook? Because I like to cook. Oh, actually, I don't like to cook, but I like to eat, obviously.
I just hope that we are going to be on the same page right now, because I'm looking for something serious with somebody and to potentially find my person and get married within the next couple of years.
I don't know if it's a bit and she's kidding, because I would like to know how old she is, like if she's serious about dating Greek babies.
I want to have some dating Greek babies, like seriously. Like I really need my person. Like where are you?
Looks like dating Greek babies are imminent.
Dina is ready to go.
But low-key, so is Chris. He was definitely really excited planning the fireworks at their future wedding.
But the question is, are there fireworks between Dina and Chris?
The better question may be, will Dina arrive on time to the wedding?
Yeah, it seems like she's been on Greek time the entire season.
Gotta love Chris counting down the seconds till she called.
9:20 and 30 seconds.
Honestly, we can't blame her though. We definitely released this season on Greek time.
Touché.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Ellie.
You're not sleeping this time.
No, I'm not.
And now you are alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic.
Alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I slept all day today.
Incredible. I'm so glad that I gave him a second chance after our little debacle of sleeping and not answering the phone yesterday. Yeah, what's the coffee order in Greece?
Oh, it's a Alfredo cappuccino schietto, plain, nothing in it.
Oh, nice. I get a Fredo cappuccino as well. Yeah.
I used to be a big... Everyone was like, frappe, but a few summers ago, like, I don't know, I transferred into the Fredo and I didn't go back. I just
Me too. I know, I always grew up and everyone, like, we'd be at the beach and, like, we'd be at my tia's and everyone would be like, frappe. And then for the first time, I tried something different. And I was like, wait, this is amazing. So
yeah,
I am, now anti-frappe.
I honestly
like
couldn't say one Greek show.
I used to watch them with my yaya when I used to sleep over. Her house, she lives here, but she has like the Greek channels, and I just remember we would watch like just all the soap operas, and I would get so into them. I think I probably understood back then like a third of what they were saying, but somehow I was like so intrigued.
Yeah, I've seen a couple, because when my papa would come over, he would be like, okay, you have to get me a car and I need Greek TV at home or I'm not coming. And so we had to have Dish growing up, because Dish was like, it was the only company that could provide the right Greek channels.
No, literally same. And my friends were like, what is that thing? Like, why do you have other channels? And I'm like, oh, it's Greek channels. And they just like never could wrap their heads around it. And I was like, yeah, my dad watches Greek TV. What about it?
That's funny.
Obviously, from the start, I was like, wait, this is so cool. Like, he's taking a chance. He's living in Greece. Like, I feel like that just shows, which we sort of said now, like, you're just, like, willing to, like, take a chance and do something crazy and, like, not stress too much about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, obviously, appreciated that a lot. I just think that you seem adventurous and willing to try new things. So, that was something that I definitely appreciated from our conversations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm blushing.
Blushing, rosy cheeks.
Yeah. My favorite comment is definitely, I love that your Halkidiki comment. I don't know why, I just loved it so much. But when I heard you say it yesterday, I was jumping in my seat. I was like, yes. I was like, that's what I needed to hear. Like, it's the best spot to be. There's so much to do. But I also love that our conversations are, like, pretty easy to talk to, with the exception of our phone interrupting that we constantly do.
Yeah, we do that.
I thought it went really well. We went a decent amount over the time limit, but we had to finish our train of thought.
I feel like he just seemed more himself today and like more relaxed, even though yesterday he was probably pretty relaxed since he had just woken up.
I thought it went really well. I mean, we didn't get too in depth, but, talked a little bit, but, kind of about ourselves. I would have liked to ask her, like, kind of where she sees herself in 10 years. But, we got one more date tomorrow, hopefully. So, we can go from there and ask that.
He definitely seems young. Like, I'm young as well, but it seems like he's sort of in the same place as me. Like,
kind of just talking to myself right now. But, it's the first time for everything.
I'm really glad I gave him another conversation shot today after yesterday. I feel like we had like a really nice conversation.
I only went on one date today, so I'm really excited to go on that same date tomorrow.
Okay, what's the craziest thing you've tried? It could be like something you've eaten or drank, a sport you've done, or like skydiving or something.
Does dating Greek count? I'm not that boring though. I did musical theater in college without having any background in theater. I got into it because I was the choreographer, and my senior year, like the way that the club was formatted, there were no understudies for the production, and I was the only one who knew how to do it. So I subbed in as a fish, all in green, face paint all in green, and was the nerdy fish who had a crush on the ghost cheerleader at school. And I feel like you're very quiet and not responding, and I think you think I'm a weirdo now.
No, trust me, I'm literally smiling ear to ear at that whole story. Not only about the fish, because it's bringing me back to when you talked about how your dad would have eaten your fish when they passed. But
yeah. Oh, I can't believe you noted that down. Oh boy. You have to see the costume though. I really just look like plankton.
What's one thing that's on your bucket list that you definitely think you have to do at some point in your life?
I feel like I haven't traveled as much as I want to in my life. Also skiing. I don't know how to ski or snowboard, and that sounds like super fun. Don't have a lot of mountains or hills in the Midwest. We have cornfields.
I love that answer, because back in March, my answer to the craziest thing I've ever tried, why I set the bar low, was skiing. And I went to this valley in West Virginia with my high school friends, and they put me on an intermediate one, and they're like, hey, okay, you're getting the hang of it, and I like, do this thing called bananas. And I'm like, okay, I think I got it, and then immediately wipe out. But in 24 hours, I went down my first black diamond, and I was like, that is definitely the craziest, like, yeah, I know, right? I was surprised myself. But, it costed a lot of wipeouts and bruises.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. So worth it. But that's one of the craziest things I've done. So it's funny you mentioned skiing. Hopefully I have enough experience to teach you if it ever goes to that way.
For sure, yeah. I'm going to need like a teacher that's patient. I need a lot of help in that regard.
So what's one thing you've enjoyed learning about or like about your date?
I really appreciated like hearing about your deal breakers or like what you're looking for in a person, and I think we were aligned on a lot of those. And also going back to yesterday when you had mentioned like the introvert and outrovert part of your personality, but how you're like a rule follower, and I think that aspect of your personality is something that I resonate with, and it's like how I am as well, and it's just like it's nice to hear that. How about you?
Thank you, that's very sweet. The humor, hearing the deal breakers as well was great. It seemed that we're very similar in that aspect, and being lighthearted while also being able to talk about more dense subjects. I think that's something that's awesome about you, and it's been a real pleasure talking to you. And I'm sorry for keeping you 2 minutes later.
No, you're totally fine, and I'll say thank you back, and thank you for the kind words, and it's been really awesome talking to you as well.
It's been a pleasure.
I think it just hit all the right notes.
Potini was easily one of my favorite calls of the night, for sure. just having the rapport and the seamless conversation is one thing, but also having some eerily similar personality traits and stories that can always make someone laugh, that really speaks volume. So it's been amazing talking to her.
Just that mix of learning more about each other, but diving a little bit deeper into like our deal breakers and preferences and what we're looking for, but keeping that lighthearted side.
It was awesome. I don't know. She seems like a great person I could connect with. There's like this underlying thing where I feel comfortable to talk to her, and at the same time I can joke around. I can also be lighthearted, and I'm coming out of my shell.
I like how we've like broken through like those like awkward shells that we had on the first date.
I think each of us seem to have a good sort of chemistry together.
It was a great conversation, and I think better than I was expecting, and very, very happy overall.
Yesterday, we were slightly starting to talk about like record collections and like favorite musicians and those kind of things.
Yeah, so I have a bunch. Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, country music, Frank Sinatra. Who else?
Okay, pause, because it's very important to me that you tell me what your favorite Sinatra song is.
Is My Way is my favorite.
Oh my god.
It's not New York, New York, which I live in New York.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Wow. No.
Okay, Arthur, I gotta tell you, buddy. I was going to say it in my like pre-date thing, but I forgot. But right now, when I was asking you what the favorite song is, I mouthed My Way, so that if it was
is this
my,
on video?
It's on video, so it'll be there. But for me, that is my song with my grandfather, and
no way.
Yes, and I was asking the universe for a sign if he was around. So, wow, that's really cool. So thank you.
Yes, that is my favorite. I just think Frank Sinatra is a boss. That wasn't as romantic as an answer as you and your grandfather, but we're gonna make an album.
Okay, all right. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. We kind of did it. I was trying to segue into slightly more serious conversation because I feel like I'm supposed to do that. Like, what do you look for in a woman?
I know. I really think you playing the music is just so cool. I'm just really into that. Just because I play it. And I've always wanted somebody to play it with.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
You know, like when it comes to looks, you know, I don't know. We're not supposed to talk about it, but I don't care. I'm a rule breaker.
I love that people don't care.
You know, I don't really have like standards for like looks. You know, I'm just really open-minded. Okay. I care about people's personality and other things more than looks.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
That's just me.
Just the way that you said I don't have standards, it made me like a little like, ooh, but no, I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna date a bum. I'm into bums on the subway. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know how you've been doing this, but I'm really bad at like my facial expressions. You can read me instantly. All these dates, all this footage, I'm making aggressive facial expressions. I was a little regretful at first of it, and now I'm like, well, I hope people just think it's funny. I don't know. I'm being myself. Whatever.
Yeah, I think be yourself. That's like the biggest thing. If you're not yourself and you're like some fake person, it's gonna like come out to bite you in the ass later on in life. Yeah. I'm always like, you know, I am myself. You don't like it? Fuck you.
Damn right.
I don't think they can use any of my footage because I feel like they're just I'm gonna be bleeped the whole entire time.
But also, okay, like, yeah. I think it's probably different for you as a man, but as a woman, I think that sometimes, like, I think that some people watching this are, like, either gonna be into me or they're gonna be like, oh, she's, like, kind of inappropriate and that's not very, like, ladylike of her. But for me, I personally find it, like, endearing and more comfortable when someone, like, comes in and drops an F-bomb. You know, it lightens the situation.
You're gonna love me because I cuss so much, it's ridiculous. Actually, you know how you told me I don't have standards for like looks? I take that back. If you're under 5'2", you're no good. My mother is 5'2", so if you're close to my mother, then I think like you're kind of out.
LOL.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. What's your relationship like with your mother?
My whole family's close. One of the things me and my cousin, who's the one who really got me into this, trying to push me to do this show. We talked about this. We hate when people ask like, how Greek are you? I can't stand that question.
I asked every single person. Out of insecurity, though.
You didn't ask me.
That I care. Well, I guess I didn't ask you. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank God, because I wouldn't have liked that.
It's more when they would like. It's more if they like get into the Greekness, and then I have to be like, listen, how Greek are you? Because I'm not as Greek.
Yeah, see, I think that's so intimidating. People are like, I did Greek dance, and I did Goya, and I did Greek school, and I'm like, I didn't do any of that.
So then, why are you on this show?
I figured, why not? I never thought I would ever do something like this.
You're preaching to the choir.
I probably would never do something like this ever again either.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's been fun. Wow, so like I said, I don't know how much of that you can use. There was a lot of inappropriate language, a lot of inappropriate talk, and we played a song that might be copyrighted. We don't really know.
It was really fun. We jammed on the guitar again. We were vibing the whole time. I feel like we vibed a lot more than I thought we were originally. So it totally beat my expectations. I could just feel like we were on the same level. Like I have like a list of questions. And you know what I did with them?
Man, that guy makes me laugh.
If Arthur and Adara didn't pull up their guitars, did they even go on a date? And they didn't even invite me. I have to say, watching Adara channel her grandfather on that date is something we've never seen on Dating Greek before. That was such a crazy special moment. I love seeing Bobby work his way back into Ellie's heart. They can drink their Freddo Cappuccino Schietto while watching Greek soap operas together. Sounds like a perfect date. I just wish I could get a picture of Fotini in her plankton costume. I'm getting a vision. Night Under the Sea, starring Alec with his seashells and Fotini in her plankton costume. A match made in heaven. Or the ocean.
I hope you still have the energy for another 25-minute call with me.
Listen, I got this. This one is gonna rock your world.
I ain't singing.
No. You don't have to sing. This one's more like personal, deep conversation tonight.
Oh, okay. I love that. That's nice. That's like the best conversation I'd have tonight, then, I guess.
Oh, good. Well, we're going to start off strong. What is the biggest deal breaker in a relationship for you?
I think the biggest deal breaker is someone that is not open or willing or enjoys hobbies that I like to do.
Okay.
At least give it a try. Or if you don't like it, at least support me.
I'm kind of like on the same page. Support is a huge thing, whether it be like of what I do or what I like, and like communication.
I like that.
That's a big thing.
I can communicate. Let's just say that. I tell you how I feel. I'll tell you what's up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a huge straightforward person. Like if you piss me off, you're gonna know it.
Oh, so since I don't know it, I guess I'm in the clear so far.
So far, so good. Where do you live again?
Right outside DC, and you're in Kentucky, Tennessee.
Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee.
Appalachia, I know that.
I don't think we ever talked about that because I think we talked on our first night. You were my first date, and you were like, I'm pretty sure that's a forbidden question. And I made you guess where my accent was. But you were right. I'm in Tennessee.
Real cool. She's kind of close. Not that far. Driving distance for sure.
What was the worst phase in your life and why? And what did you learn from it? Sorry, not why. And what did you learn from it? That's what I meant to say.
Wow, these are good questions. It would probably be my last relationship. Yeah. And I learned, I guess, how to be in an adult relationship, how to care for someone. Because afterwards I realized I was like, oh, this is what I did wrong. This, and this.
For me, mine is also my past relationship, but mine's like a little bit different. My past relationship was super manipulative and emotionally abusive, which I shouldn't be laughing at that, but I do. For me, I kind of just learned to like stand up for myself and really take into consideration like my needs. I can't just put myself aside to appease someone.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I totally get that. Okay,
what?
just hit me back to back.
Well, okay, do you want to ask me a question?
No, I mean mine will probably piggyback off of one of yours eventually.
Well, hit me with one, because maybe mine will piggyback off of yours.
Okay, I was just saying, you know, this is a straight up hypothetical.
Listen, this is a two-way
like
conversation.
Yeah, well, what are you looking for in like a long-term dude? Because obviously everyone's here on this dating show to find their love of their life or whatever. So what do you look for in a dude?
I just look for someone who's all around caring and loving and just shows God's love to everyone in their path.
Okay, that's like the best answer you could have gave.
Thanks. What have you enjoyed most, or like learning about most about our dates?
This conversation right now, the you can get into a deep conversation that's not just surface level.
Okay. Self 5 over here.
And you're real chill and easy to talk to.
I agree. I feel like you're
Seems
very
pretty cool.
easy to talk to, but like you also are really good about like being open with yourself and not being like, oh, I'm a dude and I can't talk about my emotions. I appreciate that about you.
Oh no, 100%. Like I learned to talk about your emotion. Like I hate the macho mentality. Like, oh, you got to be a man. You got to talk about, like, bro, what?
I know.
Like if I hate something or I'm upset about something, I'm gonna talk about it. Like shoot, I do that at work. Not like all the time, but I like talk about how I feel at work to my coworker.
I know I do that maybe a little too much, but it's okay.
Oh yeah. Post date with Georgia. She's real cool.
We did have some good things to talk about. You know, I asked all the questions that I have been asking tonight, and, you know, it was a good conversation, and he had some good things to say, but I just don't feel as connected to him as I did, like, Stavros or Alec.
She's growing on me. Got in some deep conversations, which was nice. She's not just surface level, like anyways, she's not just surface level.
I don't think Zach is the one for me. But, you know, that is okay. Not everyone's going to be the person for you. And, yeah, so.
Definitely growing on me. A little more interesting than the first night. And I think she's definitely a competitor.
You know, night 3, so things are getting
interesting. It's thunderstorming right now, and I'm really scared my power is going to go out. And I'm just going to be sitting here in the dark. A truly blind date. In theme. Something I'd like to know is a struggle that you've overcome.
Oh, wow, that is deep. I would say I'm my own biggest critic. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to my work or what I do, I always try to, you know, be 100%. And sometimes it can be just me being a perfectionist. What about you?
I think it's similar to like what you had mentioned. I grew up with like a lot of doubt in myself. And I don't know if it was necessarily because of maybe feeling like an outcast in like elementary school for like being Greek, or like coming from like immigrant parents and having that different background than a lot of my peers. But I think I self-sabotage in that way where I doubt myself a lot and I try to minimize like my efforts and like my accomplishments and like also what I say, and like by making like jokes out of it. And it's something I'm still working on, and I think I got a lot better in college, finding my voice and standing my ground on a lot of things and being able to say, no, this is who I am, this is what I believe in, and either you like it or not, I guess.
I definitely agree with what you said. Just hearing the fact that a lot of like what she struggled with in terms of, you know, like her image and self-doubt, the fact that, you know, I've dealt with that same thing as well, so.
I'm tried to like abstain from like saying too many jokes, which I didn't think I was able to do. I always do that when things get awkward for me.
What would you say is one of the funniest memories you have that you always sort of look back on and, you know, like you sort of smile about?
This one like requires some thinking.
No, that's fine.
When I was in Greece, I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled out, and my parents wanted to do it in Greece because it was a little bit cheaper, and we had done it after hours, and it was the first time he had ever pulled 4 wisdom teeth out at once, and he like said it. He was like, oh, this is the first time I've ever pulled 4 wisdom teeth out at once. I always pull one out at a time. And I'm like, oh, great. No anesthesia, barely any numbing like medicine at all. He like starts and he's like, oh, actually, I want you to help me pull out the teeth with me. And I'm sitting there like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, geez.
And I helped him pull out my wisdom teeth, and it was just like a little funny scenario that happened to me.
Oh, man. Oh, wow, that's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
For a couple of years, like over the summer, I worked at a summer camp, and one of the roles that I did was helping out in the kitchen. So it was a Greek Orthodox summer camp, and I was the only Greek in the kitchen. One of the funny things that we started doing was, for one day, we didn't speak English, so like I would talk in Greek, and then she would respond back to me in Spanish. And all the kids, like whenever they would come and get their food, they would just look at us and be like, "Oh man!" like you know, kids would ask for refills for more food, and I would say like, "Derete kota ikati," and they'd be like, "Huh?"
Oh,
Like,
that's awesome.
yeah. And that experience in general, you know, I always get a lot of smiles out of it. So many wacky things that I did there.
You know, I liked that conversation.
Got a chance to get a little deeper, and that's something I really appreciate.
I really liked how we were able to open up a lot more. I think that was something I was looking for.
One thing that I really like about her is that, you know, she's really into her Greek culture and, you know, just where she comes from. And I think that's something that really lines up with me.
It was so awesome hearing how our like values and what we look for in a relationship align. And he sounds like a really nice guy and really down to earth and open.
I really enjoyed talking about what we talked about and just getting a little vulnerable.
There was like a little bit more of a serious undertone to it. I actually got to know him a lot more. I still want to get a couple more jokes out of him, or like a little more lighthearted stuff. But I'm glad we covered these bases tonight.
Do you have any, like, I feel like I always try to think of conversation, like questions. Do you have any hard-hitting questions for me? I forget if I asked you a hard-hitting one yet.
Hard-hitting? There's definitely a lot of hard-hitting questions. Let's see. Oh, I got one.
Okay,
Maybe this is too deep, but here we go. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh. Okay, my biggest fear. I have a surface level answer first. Well,
All right, we'll hit the surface and then we'll dig.
Okay, I have to say this one because it's the one thing that makes me unique. I have this insane fear of puddles. I don't know why. Of puddles, right? Like everyone
like water,
thinks,
like
you know, yes. Everyone grows up and they're like splish splash, jump around in the puddle, but no, because no one knows what's growing in there. Like who knows what's festering in that still pool of water? Also, how do you know how deep they are? What if you jump in, you just fall right through? That is my biggest fear on a surface level. What is my biggest fear on a more macro level?
Wait, before we get there, I want to touch on this puddle thing here. Let's break this down. So, did you have like a childhood traumatic experience with puddles? Did you like trip into a puddle? Did you like get some sort of sickness from drinking puddle water? Like what encourages this puddle fear?
So not necessarily, none of that. I never had a traumatic experience, which would make the story a little more, I don't know, robust or complete. But I don't know why it's like still water. Something about like still water, like a pond or like, I don't know. And I also think growing up, I feel like someone told me that mosquitoes lay eggs in puddles in like still water. And I think that just stuck in my mind. But I don't know. It's still water.
Now you got me thinking the mosquitoes in the water. That is definitely something I never considered.
Yeah, people need to think about these things. And like, you don't know, what if some toxic waste spilled in that puddle and now these little 3-year-olds are jumping around in their rain boots? I don't think so. My child will not be jumping around in puddles, let me tell you that.
Okay, but spin zone. What if the child goes into a puddle, there's some kind of crazy toxins in there, and then they get some sort of like superpowers? I mean, it's unlikely, but I think that it's something that you have to explore, because if it does happen, that's pretty dope if your child's a superhero. And then you, like, I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, there's a lot of open possibilities with that.
This is true, and I think this just means that my child will never be a superhero because they're never going to have the opportunity to even try.
Wow, denying their right to just become superheroes.
Exactly, that's my plan. But you put that in my mind now, so who knows?
Do you consider yourself to be more extroverted or introverted?
I'm both, to start. I'm definitely like someone that's very comfortable talking, like very energetic, going in front of a room. So outwardly, I'm more outgoing and extroverted in that way.
That's crazy. I would almost describe myself kind of in the same way. It's like I could be having the shittiest day of all time, like, and then I could just be around my friends, having a good time, making them laugh, doing whatever. Like, I feed off that. Like, I love that so much. But then sometimes, like you said, it can be too much, and I have to be alone.
So I just finished my date with Johnny, and it went really, really well.
All right, just had my third date with Ellie. Not gonna lie, I think it just went okay. Glad we had some time to talk and get to know each other better.
First, I felt like this time I was 1,000 times more comfortable talking to him. Like, I just felt like I was being much more myself and wasn't like stressed about what the next topic of conversation was.
She's definitely very easy to talk to and very pleasant to talk to. I just don't know if I necessarily like feel like a spark or anything with her. She just seems like a cool person. Like, I would genuinely like to be friends with her, but I don't know. After talking to other people and just kind of going through this, I just feel like she might be one that's kind of easy to identify as maybe one I should move on from.
Also, I felt like we dug a little deeper than beforehand. I really liked how he brought up like the extroverted introverted question, because I this whole time have felt like our energies are very similar, and it makes sense because he said he's very similar to me.
So yeah, again, like I could see myself being a friend with her. I just don't know if I like feel that instant like kind of romantic connection with her.
What else? I don't know. I'm feeling like revitalized after that. I feel like it just went so much better than yesterday's conversation.
So Ellie's afraid of puddles
and will be passing that on to her future children.
Meanwhile, Johnny thinks it might give them superpowers.
I'm curious if they even will go on another date, let alone have kids.
Well, looks like Johnny won over Ellie, but now he's just feeling friend vibes.
Maybe this is the classic friends to lovers situation.
How Venus in Aquarius of you.
And we have Georgia friend-zoning Zach.
Well, Zach says Georgia is growing on him.
Which couples will survive? So many questions.
Tune in to night 4 to find out.
And we can't forget Fotini's story about pulling out her own wisdom teeth.
Only in Greece.
That is actually pretty crazy.
Well, they don't call them strong for nothing.
Well, folks, we're at your favorite part of the night.
You know what that means.
It's time to spill some tea.
I think this whole time I've just been waiting for this Zoom call.
I think it was Arthur, but somebody while we were talking was like, oh, wait, sorry. Like, did they just text us that we're done? And I was like, no, it's like not close to that. He's like, oh no, it's the boys group chat, just like blowing up, talking about somebody. And I was like, okay.
Wait a minute.
But I'm saying they are texting.
I was laughing while on a date because whoever was sending all those comments out or on our chat, I was literally just laughing out loud.
I don't know why I get all the issues on this show, but I'm literally chilling there for 10 minutes. She's 10 minutes late.
I was told something about cakes and burgers. I'm not really sure.
The cake and burgers was me because I thought we were supposed to start at 8:15.
And she finally calls me up and I'm like, oh, you're like, joking around, like, oh, you're late, like what happened, whatever.
She's like, I thought I was 2 minutes late, but I was worse. Because I was eating a burger and I was having cake.
Eat my burger and then I decided to have some cake. You're 10 minutes late because you wanted to eat a burger and have some cake?
I was having my dinner and then I looked at the schedule. I was like, oh no, we're supposed to start at 8:10, not 8:15. I was like, oh no.
Then she's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a husband and I want you to move to Miami. I'm like, not if you're gonna be 10 minutes late on our phone call date. Like, oh my God.
Zach, it went really well. He said he likes how chill I am to talk to. I'm laid back.
She stood me up for a burger.
I guess I'm the one who had her right after that. There was just so many great moments, like berating me for not getting deep enough with her in conversation. So I said, how can we change that? And she said, I don't know. What are you going to do about it?
It's like he doesn't have anything to say like when I talk. I know you guys have had like different experiences with him, but I don't know. That's just me with him. Everything stayed surface levels.
Very much making it clear that she wants to have kids like in the next couple years. And I, again, just kind of smiled, I guess.
How old is this girl?
No one knows.
It wasn't a good like connection between us. And that surprised me because I think Johnny is a Leo. And that surprised me because I'm supposed to get along really well with Leo.
He was asking like my astrological sign or whatever.
Oh yes, I knew that, bro. I knew.
Like, oh, that's very surprising because like those are like two very compatible signs. I'm like, shit. I mean, are you not even gonna like play along here? Like, I mean, you're just gonna outright say that we're not like, come on. It was unreal.
She's like, oh, I love Aquarius. Ooh, we're so good together. I'm like, okay.
Okay. And then with Christopher, we like talked about what our wedding would be like and like our future children's names. Like we went all out. Like I don't know how it went there, but it went there.
Dina was fun because she talked about kids. I thought that was ridiculous. I'm positive it's a bit.
Y'all gonna have hella babies or something?
I know, dating Greek babies.
Bro, she sounds hot. I gotta say, she sounds hot.
We want a wedding Greek.
Major T, Dina. That is major.
I even has the names picked out.
Fotini, she said something that was like not off-putting. Okay, I'm not super into gender roles at all, but she said like, I hope you wouldn't want me to be like a Nico Kira. And I'm like, for anyone that doesn't know Nico Kira, it's like a good housewife. And like, I hadn't considered that at all, but I thought it was like a weird thing to say on, I guess what's technically a third date.
Conversation with Christopher, so like we all know he's like very outgoing, like funny, sarcastic. And I wanted to get some of those like deeper dive questions for him. And I think he wasn't expecting that because all of a sudden we were talking about like our Chipotle orders. And then I was like, what are your deal breakers?
It was like, no, I don't, but I think it's weird to bring up.
Although the funny stuff is good and it's like really like easy going and nice to talk to him. I just needed that. And I don't know if that put him off. I don't know. We'll see.
Tiffany also, she got a little deep with me. And she also said something about the gender role thing. And I mean, I kind of agree with that. Like, I'm not trying to support you to be a housewife and you suck up all my salary. And she agrees with that, because she's a little, I guess, into her professional career and all that stuff and likes to support herself. So for me, at least, that was a big turn on too.
So I'll start with Zach and our conversation. One, he did not film that entire video. We got to the last 2 minutes. I swear these boys, I feel like it's like disaster.
I was gonna say, these men.
He was like, I haven't been recording this whole thing. And I was like, great. And lucky him because he brought up that he doesn't know how to say my name and he hasn't said my name yet. And he was like, I don't know how to say your name. Can you teach me how to say your name? And I was like, no, you have to say it first. I'm not going to tell you how to say my name unless you say it. And I swear there was 2 minutes of silence of him just being like, darn.
That's my go-to as well. I do that. I'm like, I don't know, you say it first. Come on.
Because Dina said that he was like, oh, you're really late and chill back. He said exact same line verbatim to me. When I asked, what do you like about me? And so like, when I heard Dina say that, I was like, oh, okay.
I think Fortini has a good voice. I think it's because she sounds familiar to someone that I used to be with, and that's just my mind doing that. But I don't know.
She has a good voice. I think Dina, Fortini, and Ellie all have really, really cute voices.
Yeah.
I really like Stavros' voice and Johnny's voice.
Johnny, I hate Johnny's voice.
Johnny just like his voice is very inviting and like I don't know, like he has a little bit of like southern twang to him.
I also think Johnny's voice is like very enthusiastic and like friendly. Also Christopher.
No, I like Christopher's voice. I think it's really like upbeat and positive, just like really inviting.
I will always and forever advocate for Arthur. So I'm advocating for Arthur's voice.
And then I had Adora, and that was great. We vibed a lot, played the guitar. It was kind of the same old.
I am the biggest Arthur fan. Oh my God, he cracks me up. I genuinely crack up the entire time we're talking. And like even when I kind of like watch back the videos, I'm like, oh my God, Arthur. I do hope that it's coming off like, not that I'm laughing at him, I'm laughing like at and with. Like we're laughing at each other with each other kind of a thing.
Arthur's phone died going into my date with him.
Oh no.
And so like I called him twice. He like messaged the group with me, Elizabeth and Khaki, and was like, wait, my phone died. Can you like FaceTime call me? And I was like, no, I can't.
Like the one who asked like the most deep questions was Georgia, actually. Like she asked me, she goes, if your parents didn't like who you were dating, what would you do? Like, who do you side with? I was like, dang, yo.
Stavros hit it out of the park for me tonight. I kind of approached more like the funny stuff last night, and then tonight was more like dig down deep, tell me who you are, tell me what your like morals are, and kind of
The conversation with Georgia, she asked me about family too. I was like, yeah, you know, at a certain point, family's gonna have to trump all. You know, wasn't consistent with her views. Perfectly fine. I personally didn't expect to have like this much depth. I had some silly ass questions coming up. I was like, what animal would you be, or something like that? And I'm like, damn, I sound pretty stupid asking these questions when they're like, what are your red flags or what are your deal breakers? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'd be an otter.
And then the last one was Alec. And again, like, I think he kind of surprised me. He did admit that he's like very introverted and like super nervous doing these kinds of things. And I think I've noticed that in his conversations. He's definitely passionate about his things that he does. But I kind of like that because my previous dating history has been guys that are not passionate about anything. So I'm like, you know what? At least if you got a passion about shells, that's something.
I want to say something about the depth thing that you brought up. I don't like depth. I am way too scared to get deep in my own psyche to get deep with anybody else. So that's not it for me. And I just realized that's why I put Adara last. We were talking about some stuff about like dealing with bad news, and like I don't talk about stuff like that. Yeah, I had an epiphany. Thank you, Stavros, for helping me realize it.
What did I help you realize?
I don't like depth. That's what it was. And I was like, oh, that's why I wasn't super like enthused at the end of the date with Adara. Deep ain't it, man. Deep ain't it.
I did cry a little bit tonight. I'm a huge
happiness.
Tears of fear.
No. I had been thinking all day about my grandfather, and this is not my Greek side, so it's not my papu, but I was kind of like asking for a sign if he's been around. And our song together, him and I, was My Way by Frank Sinatra, and Arthur brought up Frank Sinatra, and I asked, what's your favorite Sinatra song? And as he's about to answer, I mouthed into the camera My Way, like to see if that's what he's going to say, and he did say it. So I teared up a little bit because I was looking for that.
Oh my gosh, Adara, you're gonna like make me cry. That was so beautiful. Oh, I love that happened for you.
Thank you very much.
And I can't wait to maybe see it on air. I don't know.
The prompt tonight, what is one thing you've enjoyed learning about or like about your date? These girls are very sweet. I want to say that. I was told some very, very kind things. I was glowing after it, I gotta say.
I liked it. And I was kind of having a bad day because of work. So I kind of needed the pick me up. And I was like, damn, this is kind of nice.
I'm going to have to agree with the sentiment on all that. It's that kind of stuff that makes you do that girl cue where you're like playing with your hair and you're like, thank you. You know, something that brightens up your day.
Alex, your smile brightens up my day. I want you to know that.
You got the best smile, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, it's pearly as white. Pearly as
you guys are too. I already got 3 compliments tonight. Like you guys are just. This is sweet. Thank you guys. You're making me play with my hair right now.
Thanks everyone. Good night.
Bye guys. We hope you enjoyed our third night of dates and are as excited for the finale as we are.
We do have some news to share.
Featuring our cast member known for her Here's Johnny impression.
Check it out.
Hey everyone, it's me, Liz. I am here to report I am ending my time on Dating Greek. You know when you have a gut feeling that it just isn't the right thing? Both of the men I was talking to were so nice. I could tell in my gut it wasn't gonna go anywhere, and I didn't want to waste their time or my time because, you know, other people were saying, you know, they're really excited to be having deeper conversations and to actually get to talk and maybe meet and all this stuff, and I just couldn't authentically do that. I wish everyone else the best of luck. I really hope some real couples come out of this. Unfortunately, it's the end of my journey, but I hope it's just the beginning of everybody else's.
Liz, you and your comedic charm will be missed.
Thank you for being a part of this season, however briefly.
And for everyone else, tune in next Monday night live for our Season 4 From the Vault finale event.
Have a great week and go get some Lucamades.